Once cleared of mines, the area will be handed over to the local farmers. Here in Santo Antonio, 30 families will benefit from the work of Domingo and his team from Hallow Trust.
People exaggerate when they say that Angola is one of the most mined countries in the world, or where there are the most mines, that it must have some 10 million. For our experience and our work tells us that we have 361 minefields. I can't calculate for all of Angola, but I can say that in 5 or 6 years this area will be completely cleared of mines. Now we're going to destroy them. I don't know how much it costs to manufacture a mine, but I do know how difficult it is to find and destroy them.
Today, Angola is enjoying a political stability. It has a liberal economy and is committed to social development. The country has good relations with its neighbours and the rest of the world. It is a member of the African Union, the Southern African Development Community, and the Common Market of Eastern and Southern Africa. As the second biggest petroleum producer in sub-Saharan Africa, the country plays a vital geostrategic role in the oil development in the Gulf of Guinea. For foreign investors, there are a multitude of opportunities in areas such as infrastructure, industry, minerals, agriculture and tourism. Angola's economy is growing at a spectacular rate. United Nations estimates put Angola's growth at 12% for this year, one of the highest rates of economic growth in the world. Monetary policy during the past 3 years has stabilized this nation's currency and reduced the rate of inflation by more than 300%. A clear example of this environment ripe for investment is Coca-Cola. The American multinational has invested more than $60 million in Angola. The Chinese company Guangdong Overseas Construction has invested almost $10 million. The German multinational Volkswagen has announced a future investment of $48 million. Angola has 8 ports. The most important are Luanda, Lobito and Namibe. Its principal exports are oil, diamonds, fish, wood and coffee. Benguela Railroads plan to connect the port of Lobito on the Atlantic coast with the rail system of neighbouring Zambia. With domestic and international support, $11,000 million will be invested in this project. At present, 15% of Angolans have access to electricity. Hydroelectric facilities generate 2/3 of the country's electrical capacity. Kapanda Dam, in the province of Malange, promises to double that capacity. With its powerful rivers, Angola is betting on a future in hydroelectric power. Angolan public television and the national radio dominate the country's airwaves. The public television operates 2 networks during most of the day. The radio broadcasts its programs via 6 local, 18 provincial and 7 regional stations. In addition to Portuguese, it offers programs in many of the country's other tongues. Angola's enormous agricultural potential is still largely untapped. The United Nations estimate that the country has between 5 and 8 million hectares of land, ideal for agriculture and ranching. The country's varied climatic zones make it possible to grow many different crops, such as tubers, grains, tropical and citrus fruits, cotton and vegetables. This tradition of farming is making a recovery and has been defined as a national priority. In the interior, in the province of Huila, live the Mumuila, one of the many traditional tribes still inhabiting the country. They make their living from cattle farming, fed by the region's rich pasture land. But today the Mumuila are concerned. The rainy season is late in coming, and the cattle are suffering. Kalenga is a soba, or village chief. As if he were a lion, each day he waits in the shade of a tree for his 8 wives to serve him food. They are the ones who manage the land, its resources, and each of their homes. The soba will try each of the dishes, and the one he likes best, the plate he leaves emptiest, will determine which of his wives he will spend the night with. In Mumuila tradition, food is a very serious matter. The time has come to sacrifice one of the oxen. In this way, in addition to feeding the rest of the village, the soba can communicate with his ancestors, so they can intercede regarding the rain. Like the old lion he is, he leaps upon the neck of his prey. Without needing to spill even a single drop of blood, he puts pressure on the ox's jugular with his knee. The animal will shortly be dead. The soba has already been guaranteed of descendants, but it will not be his son who will become the next village chief, but his nephew. Among the Mumuila, bloodlines are transmitted to the woman, thus ensuring their authenticity. So, the next chief will be the son of the current soba's sister.
Pra quem vem de fora, isso é novidade. Pra quem vem à toa, assim é a cidade. Vai ao ponto final, arrasta-te até a Mutamba. E se até for carnaval, fica bailando em Luanda. Conheço uma 14zinha, foge até ao Mussulu. E banha até na ilha, aprende a dar o kuduro. E se a dama te esfrega, é tarraxinha. Se ela mexe a cintura, é andorinha. Se levanta a perninha, é brututo. Se escorrega, escorrega na pista, é gato preto. E se remexe o turugu, esse é o kuduro. Vai lá fora, não para, me abre.
Next to the port of Luanda crowds the Boa Vista district. 13,000 families struggle to make ends meet in the shanty town.
Boa Vista is the result of what took place in the Republic of Angola over some period of time. The population's exodus to Luanda brought about the Boa Vista area. From the population information we work with, we see that families are large and houses very small for the number of family members living there. Every year, during the rainy season, which is right now, in their present condition, the houses are in quite a bit of danger. The terrible living conditions in Boa Vista led the government to take an interest and create a better living space. A space which has been properly developed, organized, with all the necessary facilities, with running water and water treatment, with electric light, with schools, with streets, with hospitals, with recreation and shopping areas. Today, more than 21,000 people live in Zangu, and now a polytechnical school is being built. There are primary and secondary schools. The housing built in Zanka was constructed with 7-person families in mind. The houses are 52 square meters, with 3 bedrooms, one for the parents, one for the male children, and another for the girls.
sexo feminino.